Vitamin D has gotten a lot of attention in the last couple of years, and supplementation of the supplement among people has skyrocketed. That is a very positive thing and shows that people are interested in becoming healthier. But there are many things people don't realize about vitamin D. There are some very common mistakes when it comes to vitamin D supplementation, which you are very likely making yourself. In this video, we're going to list the 5 most common mistakes and what you can do to correct them. Vitamin D has so many great benefits, and it's one of the best supplements that you can take for your health. Thyroid health, metabolic health, and insulin resistance are all directly aided by vitamin D. Most recent research places vitamin D closer to a hormone than a vitamin, which indicates that vitamin D has an overall effect on our health and the body as a whole. There are also some surprising benefits of taking vitamin D. One benefit that's surprising to many people is that vitamin D helps us reduce belly fat and body fat close to vital organs. Vitamin D also aids in bone health by getting calcium from our bloodstream into our bones. This is very important for people at any age, but particularly for the older generation. Alongside bone health, vitamin D is an essential component of the immune system and aids in the defense against cancer. Vitamin D deficiency increases the risk of certain cancers, including colorectal, breast, prostate, and pancreatic cancer. Another thing worthy of mentioning is that vitamin D deficiency is a leading cause of fatigue. In 2009, the National Institute of Health issued a warning that low vitamin D levels are associated with frequent colds and influenza, depression, mood swings, disturbed sleep, and frequent elderly falls are all possible outcomes of vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency has been linked to neurological conditions like multiple sclerosis and Alzheimer's disease, according to research. Now, the mistakes people make when taking vitamin D can reduce the effectiveness of it. Even though you take the recommended dosage every day, you might not be getting the benefits you've been promised. Here are a few mistakes that you might be making and what you can do to reap all the benefits vitamin D has to offer. The first mistake people make is that they don't pay attention to their magnesium levels when they take vitamin D. You need adequate magnesium to activate vitamin D. So if you're low in magnesium, that's going to be a problem, and you want to make sure you're not. For some people, that might mean taking magnesium alongside vitamin D. There are also foods such as pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, cashews, and more that contain a high amount of magnesium. Vitamin D supplementation has become more common as a result of recent global awareness, but magnesium deficiency is still very common and widely untreated. Not a lot of people talk about the importance of magnesium. That results in low awareness among people on why magnesium is important for us and why they should consider upping their magnesium intake. Magnesium is necessary for vitamin D metabolism, and taking a lot of vitamin D can cause magnesium to be severely depleted. So if you're taking vitamin D supplements, you should consider taking adequate magnesium alongside it or adding foods high in magnesium to your diet. The second mistake people make is not taking vitamin K2 along with their vitamin D. If you take a lot of vitamin D, you're going to absorb a lot of calcium because vitamin D ensures that calcium is absorbed easily. But vitamin D does not tell calcium where to go. You want the calcium to go to your bones, which is what vitamin K2 helps with. Vitamin K2 helps integrate calcium into the bone and helps with leading calcium away from your arteries, which will reduce something called calcification. So by ensuring that the calcium transported by vitamin D is absorbed by your bones where it's needed, rather than accumulating in your arteries, taking vitamin K2 with vitamin D is very beneficial, if not necessary. The third mistake people often make is taking vitamin D at the wrong time of the day. Vitamin D can suppress melatonin. Melatonin is your sleep hormone that your brain produces in response to darkness. It helps with the timing of your circadian rhythm, your 24-hour internal clock, and helps with your sleep. If your melatonin is suppressed, you can have a harder time falling asleep, and it can also impact your sleep quality. That's why taking vitamin D should be taken prior to noon and shouldn't be taken late at night. So you don't want to take it too late in the day or it can mess with your sleep. The fourth mistake people sometimes make is taking the wrong type of vitamin D. There are 2 types of vitamin D you can buy, and one of them should be avoided. It's not because it's harmful or anything like that, so don't worry if you've been taking the wrong one. The 2 types of vitamin D are vitamin D2 and vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is the active form of vitamin D and is the bioavailable form. That is the form that all studies of vitamin D are done in, so it's much safer to take the D3 rather than the D2 version, if you want to be sure you're getting all the benefits the studies are talking about. When taking any fat-soluble vitamin, like vitamin D, you want to take it with a meal that is also fat-soluble. Fat-soluble vitamins are vitamins that dissolve in fat and are stored in tissue, so the body can access them as needed. That means you want to eat a meal that has some quality fat in it, so the vitamin D can dissolve in the fat and be stored. For example, taking vitamin D after eating eggs or any food that contains good quality fats is very good and helps the vitamin D to be absorbed and stored for later use. So taking vitamin D on an empty stomach in the morning wouldn't be a great choice. Vitamins can help us with so many things, and one of them is muscle growth. If you're interested in building muscle, you should watch this video next, where we cover the best vitamins that you can take to boost your muscle growth. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.